Hi everyone, Daniel here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the most recent Xbox One controller. Now this is the one that also debuted alongside the Xbox One S console, and while it doesn't look any different than any other Xbox One controller, once you put it in your hands you will start to notice the differences, and that immediately starts with the new rear textured grip on the controller. Now, unlike the Xbox One Elite controller, which has a built-in rubberized grip to add texture to that controller, here it's more of a bunch of really small little dots that have been added to the mold of when it's being made. And while it is certainly more subtle than the Elite controller's grip, it definitely adds a noticeable amount of texture, which improves the grip of the controller. I really like this addition, and I'm glad that it was added. Also new are the analog sticks on the controller. Microsoft claims that they're made out of a slightly better material and that they'll perform a little bit better. I haven't been able to notice any differences while using the controller. That being said, they still feel very good while playing. One thing I will note that I'm disappointed of is the cutout still seems identical for the analog sticks. When the analog sticks are rubbing against the plastic of the controller, as I'm sure you've noticed on your own controllers, is that it eventually starts to wear down and literally chips away at the plastic of the analog sticks. Maybe the new material that they're made out of will help with this, but on the Elite controller, there's like a more smooth plastic insert that goes into the cutout on that controller. While I don't expect the analog sticks to be metal on a standard controller, I would like to see those smoother plastic inserts on the standard controller, which I think would help with wear and tear a lot. Microsoft has also improved the bumpers on the controller, and while the design and shape of the controller is identical to previous ones, these new bumpers definitely feel a lot better. On the previous Xbox One controllers, they were a lot stiffer and harder to press down. I wouldn't say that the new ones are mushier in any way, they're just easier to press, and I like that. They feel more like the Elite controller bumpers, and I think that is a good thing. The D-pad also feels different. Microsoft says it is improved, and again, it doesn't feel mushier, it just seems easier to press than the previous Xbox One controller. That one, the D-pad certainly clicked very loud. This one, not so much. While it doesn't feel as good as the Elite controller, it does feel a little bit improved. One button, however, that does not seem improved is the guide button here up at the top of the controller that you press to open up the guide now on Xbox. This one does feel very mushy. It feels like a big step backwards from previous Xbox controllers. I don't know if I got a lemon or this is how it's intended to function, but it's not good at all. When depressing the button, it doesn't actually do anything. I have to, on at least my controller, hit it with a purpose, so to speak. I have to really press the button down in order for the Xbox to register that button press. That's not a good thing, obviously. So I haven't heard about this issue on other controllers, so I hope that that just means I got a bad button on mine. That being said, overall, the buttons on this feel really good. Also, of course, is the standard Xbox controller connection port there for your chat pads and dedicated Xbox microphones. And next to that is a 3.5mm headphone jack if you wish to use a headphone that uses that port. Also included inside of this new controller is Bluetooth. So if you want to go ahead and connect this to your PC or tablet or phone, you can go ahead and do that with this controller. No longer do you need Microsoft's proprietary dongle in order to connect it to your computer, which is really nice. Wrapping up, I also want to take an opportunity to say that I really hope that with the upcoming launch of Project Scorpio, Microsoft takes that as an opportunity to redesign the Xbox One controller. It certainly feels nice. And at first glance, I don't have any major complaints about it, but over time, either as I've gotten older or I've at least become more aware of this, the ergonomics of the Xbox One controller certainly could be improved. Again, like I said, I don't know if this is because I'm getting older and therefore my joints are aging, but after long periods of play, this controller isn't nearly as comfortable as it could be. I feel like my hands are cramping and my joints are stiffening. I don't hold the controller especially tight. I don't have any sort of weird grip on the controller. I just feel like the ergonomics could be better. One thing I think they could do is flare out the handles a little bit more so that your wrists are a little bit more straight when holding the controller. We'll find out if my hopes come true, as E3 is right around the corner. So hopefully Microsoft does that. And of course, there's also rumors of a new Elite controller with new features. So we'll see if that all pans out. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to see more from me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.